Champions League draw time. Yes, folks, welcome back. What a ride we've had in the Champions League. From the despair of that draw, Juve and PSG in the same group. But we got through it. You can see how we got through it. And we've drew Bayern Munich. But we got through it all the same. We finished in second. We beat PSG. We beat Juve. And we crawled in second place. Let's go. Now, in the league, if you have a look over at the league, we remain undefeated. We're sitting in third place. We haven't yet lost. We are drawing too many games, though. This strikerless formation is reaping rewards, but yeah, drawing too many games. We look at the table in more detail. We've scored 29 goals, so well over 2 a match. We've only conceded 10. We're on a bit of a dodgy run now, and I think the opposition might have worked us out. I say dodgy run. We've still had an absolutely cracking season. Look at that. The defeats have come at Juventus away, 3-0. PSG away, a close 2-1. And for some reason, Celtic just absolutely battered us in the last game of the Champions League, but we did still get through. There's been a lot of draws across the way, so I'm still tweaking this tactic. And there it is. This episode is called Strikeless, and there it is. Now, I've got 3 versions of it. That's the main one we've been using in home games and in the league, and this is the Europe game. Now, I called it Europe because that's the one that we used to smash PSG and Juve. It's a bit more withdrawn if you have a look at the outer position. It's a lower defensive line. It's a mid-block. Those are the big changes in it. And the third one is a very attacking one that I've just started to go on to now. Trequartista has flipped to a shadow striker, and the mentality is very attacking, so the risk is very attacking. As you can probably imagine, the front three are integral, and they've had a great time of it. Now, Trincao and Edwards have mostly been used as Trequartistas. In this version, Edwards is a shadow striker, but in the other two, it's a double trek with a shadow striker. Now, Edwards, 14 goals in 24 games overall with 4 assists, and his key stats down here show he's been doing some good stuff. Key passes, at least 1 per match. We'd like that a little bit higher, but he's had a cracking start to the season. And Trincao, very similar, 6 goals, 6 assists. Key passes, he's getting more involved with 2.5 a game. Really nice, and his attributes are on the way up, so I think we've got a little bargain there in Trincao. And Cabral is doing his job as a shadow striker with 16 goals in 22 games, 9 in 12 in the league. Champions League's been a bit more tough for him, as you naturally would think so, but he's had a great time of it, and he's leading the line really well. And last little mention for Pedro Goncalves from central midfield with 9 in 19. I knew he'd do a top job there, and I haven't had to move him up front yet, or into the shadow striker role. He's doing brilliantly from where he's at. So as it sits, so we're right bang in the middle of that World Cup break, so I'm just an hour on what to do. Do I need to get some extra players in? Because that game coming up here against Bayern Munich is going to be a killer. The first leg is absolutely crucial. We need to get some sort of lead. The board are delighted. They weren't expecting us to get out of that group. I wasn't expecting us to get out of the group, but we did. There you see it. We qualified in second with 9 points, won 3, lost 3. But if you'd told me that at the start of the group, I would have snapped your hand off. So Juventus and Celtic didn't make it, but we did with PSG.
3 days later.
So it's a heartbreaker. We lost very late on to Bayern Munich. To be fair though, they gave us a bit of a battering, so we've still got another chance away at Munich, but if we pull that off, in better news, we did win the Alliance Cup. I think it's the Portuguese League Cup. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I know you will. So we took that down, which is pretty much Sporting's Cup. They seem to win it all the time. But the strikerless formation, I think it's getting found out, and we're starting to drop off from Benfica now. Have a look at the league. We have only lost the 2 games, but Benfica are now 8 points clear of us, and there's not many games to go, so I might have to do a big change. So my question to you, crew, is do I now change the tactic? Do I abandon strikerless to try and get us over the line against Bayern Munich and to try and make a bit of a late surge for the league? What do you think? Or do we stick with strikerless and see what happens for the rest of the season? Let me know.
in big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.